Hey folks, today I've got something a bit different. I've been setting up my OpenGL rendering system so that it runs all the old stuff, and that's actually taken me quite a bit of time. And so that's all done. I had a lot of issues with it, but thankfully I can move on to more important parts like setting up the UI to work in OpenGL and to test out new levels and stuff like that. Try to fix other small bugs that I found in the game. And also today I just quickly sketched this quick little level layout. So let's see how fun it is to drive around it. I made it a lot more open. As you can see, it's a lot simpler, a lot of curved areas. Of course, we can still see the classic death animation, and we still have the standard squids chasing after you as well. But as it stands now, we can just easily escape them. So, that's going to be a bit too far down. Bounced off that a little bit, but the intention is to give this wide, almost like a lap type feeling to this side of the map here. And actually, you know, now that I think of it, I could make this into like a track or a racing mode as well. So, because right now, I'll show you the entire level. The entire level is, as always, just drawn in as a black background and a white background. So right now, all it does is go around through here. And obviously, I could just easily modify this to make that into the lap mode that I thought of before. So let me try filling in. I guess I'll just have to delete that area. Delete, and then we will fill it in with, oopsie. That is right. Okay. I'll do this then. Size up the brush. Now I should just be fine to boop. Alright, I'll fix that later. I'll clean that up sometime, but it'll be fun just to do a couple test laps here. So I believe if I... Oh, sweet. So I don't even have to reboot my game now. I can just reset the thing and it'll automatically read from the image because it's so small. Awesome. So we got one hump and then we got the big turn. It's interesting because I'm rotating and shifting and strafing to help avoid some of these turns. So it's a little difficult that time. Oops. Go for that. Now I should be good to go just straight up and around again. Nope. Looks like some of the level broke. Oh. Lost my orientation a bit there. Past the spiky rock. Past the final hump into the turn. Too bit of a strafing. I'm gonna increase my thrust a bit, so I go a little bit faster, but avoid this trap here. Past the broken wall. Past the peninsula. Past the squid. And of course the damage logic is still based on the original damage the asteroid as much as you can until there's no more damage to be done. So that logic that's showing up on screen is obviously not accurate to what I would consider for this level. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. Let me double check the script here. So I've got spawn spider at 150, 350, which is coming through around like there basically. But in the image it's maybe 3 times. So if you wanted something to show up here, you'd do like 1800 and 350. So I'm gonna try that. 1800, sure, 350. Because that's about the same Y. Actually, if we make it 450, it'll be, let's try 450, that's fine. Since we're not modifying the image, we don't need to save it. Just run the game again, you'll get to see how quickly it actually loads in. Since this is a pretty small level, it should, oh, that's, yeah, it's nowhere near where I thought it would be. Maybe I didn't do the math on that right. Because the original one spawns in like right in the wall there. So, bonk. Let's add a whole bunch more then. Right, it's only like 10 times the original distance, and the original distance is that much, so actually that does kind of make more sense. Let's make it like 15 times. So instead of 150 will be like 290 or something. Try that.
It's spiders and spaceships.
For the first, and then the second is still kind of close, honestly. Did I save that? Appears I did. Huh. Let's try 4090. I really wish I had like a visual editor, but since it's all kinda, well, it isn't kinda handmade, it is basically handmade. That's a good spot. I'll add a new one at like maybe 6,000 or something. Just to mess with the player as they fly around through it. My scripting language is very robust. It's got combinations for empty spaces or whatnot. So there should be one there. Yeah, crashed a bit. That's fine. We should be able to... Yeah, that guy's probably in a fine enough spot, right? I'd say so. Controls are sometimes unintuitive due to the lack of the crosshair showing which direction you're relative to. So I may need to modify that in the future. Also, the ship is, of course, still very easily damaged. So that's about it for what I have in terms of what I want to show on YouTube right now. Right now I'm working on some of the UI stuff, which includes just creating a button. I have a button class going. I've got some basic logic for checking where the mouse is being held down, but it does not work too complicated. So this is basically what I have, and then I have some skeleton logic for the UI location, which is essentially enable this set of buttons to be displayed and disable the rest from being displayed and from being usable. So basically I have the most basic form of logic for a play button here, which is if the left mouse is down and the UI location is 1 meaning we are in the title screen. Oh, excuse me. If we're in the main menu or something, you can hit play. and checks the mouse button if it's clicked on that specific button object. To the button object I made myself, it's got a bunch of variables: x, y, width, height, a runnable, which will be something that runs when it's clicked. So I believe you can refer to different methods like that. Then I've got, font size that it'll display, the text it'll display at. And this second paragraph, these are all derivative values obtained. I'm sorry, this third paragraph, these are all derivative values obtained from the initial values. So text y is going to be the text relative to the world, I believe, and then this will be text relative to the image itself, so it'll be x plus the half the width or so. Right. And then it bakes it into an actual image in the constructor, of course, so that the the complex rendering can only just be a buffered image in the UI. Pretty basic stuff. But I'm very happy with this loop. Right now it's kind of a tight turn in there, so you basically have to drive up, around, and through. I love that big open turn area. Makes it more like a racing game almost. Cool. All right, so I'll let it stop there. Thanks, guys.